Holding on to what I know, to everything I've learned, what is
What's up, Animenters? How's everything going? Today, I welcome you all in the explanation of 4th episode of Akudama Drive. But wait, if any of you haven't watched the 3rd episode of it, then the link would be in the description and in the show card as well. Let's jump to the explanation. As we saw in the previous episode, Akudama can get in Shinkansen. The moment everyone arrives in the Shinkansen station, execution division officers appears in the Shinkansen platform. But it is too late for them since the train is already on his way to Kanto. All the Akudama took a breath of calmness, but somehow officers were able to catch the train and get into it. Thus brawler, courier and doctor fights the two officers. Meanwhile they are fighting, the other Akudama approaches storage vault of Shinkansen. While they are approaching, they saw seats for passengers, which is obvious, but they didn't know about it for some reason. Now they are thinking who would have been the passengers for this train in particular. As they pass first sitting coach in the train, they end up fighting two highly equipped robots. Meanwhile Cutthroat also joined forces with other Akudama to give them support. Courier tries to grab his bike, of which he was thrown other side of the train. So lady officer is fighting doctor and courier, a brawler, and the dog Cutthroat fighting a male officer since he is the strongest one amongst them. They are fighting. They arrives in the absolute quarantine zone. If you're thinking what is absolute quarantine zone, then we should understand it first. So in the previous video I have told you guys about the war between Kansa and Kanto. So to stop the war, one of the side threw a bomb, because of which ground, air, water were contaminated by the bomb, and this made the blast zone into a total disaster. And now that's what the quarantine zone. So the moment they arrive at the absolute quarantine zone, train shakes a little and everyone disbalance and falls to the ground of the train. Thus courier takes the advantage of the situation and able to take control over his bike. Since his bike is from Kanto, thus bike holds some other powers, which I don't think so any of the other bike does, which is energy blast. From one energy blast he takes care of girl officers, then rides to the robots and destroys one of them. Hacker is able to hack the other one, thus he commands the robot to disassemble the train coaches where officers are. Thus officers can't do anything about it. Thus they approaches to the storage vault. While they are going to the storage vault, from one of the Akudama asks Blackhead if absolute quarantine zone is so dangerous, then how train takes passengers from Kansai to Kanto? Which is a very good question after all. In reply she says in order to remove all the unwanted items, there is one more zone after absolute quarantine zone, which is decontamination zone, where train is being cleaned from outside as well as inside. So they ask Black Cat how she knows a lot about Shinkansen, but the moment they ask this question, they arrive at the storage vault, which requires a seal to open it. Here Doctor asks Hacker to do some magic with his gadgets and open this vault. In reply he says hacking is a technique and there are some limitations to it. It's not like magic where I have a stick in which I spin around and round and everything is done. The moment Hacker completes his sentence, Black Cat says my work with you guys is over and disappears in thin air and leaves behind a seal, which is a key to that vault. And when they open the vault, they found out the two children's in there, one of which stops the train at the drop of the hat. And this episode ends here. Thank you guys. If you like the video, please make sure to hit the like button down below, and please make sure you hit the subscribe button as well, and don't forget to press the bell icon for the latest update. This will keeps me motivated and also keeps me going. And if you guys wanted to see the explanation of any of the anime series which you guys wanted me to make, please let us know in the comment box down below.
holding on to what I know, to everything I've learned, what is